Move on to the second of the two new listings that came to the market this morning. We're talking about Pioneer Foods. Hanekom is the managing director and joins us in studio. Take us through the reception. At about 12:15, there was about 1.3 million rands worth of shares that had changed hands. You're trading at around 34 rand. Your opening price was at 36, although there was an uncrossing trade at 32.75. Are you delighted?
We're very happy. And we're happy to be listed and to be final in the process.
Yeah, to compare where you're trading at now relative to the OTC market that you traded in for many a year, you were trading at 32.50 when that market closed yesterday. So there has been a bit of a premium built into the fact that you're now a properly listed company.
Yes, I think that's what they hoped for and that happened, so we're very happy with that.
Now, your next trick is to raise 500 million rand through a rights issue. The plan to sell off 20 million shares at 25 rand a pop. If your share price stays where it is, you shouldn't have too much problem in raising the cash. But what level of support have you had from shareholders so far?
I think it's only in the making. We have got commitment for the 500 million already by underwriter. And two of our biggest shareholders have also committed themselves to about 128 million rand to follow. So we're very happy. I believe it will be fully underwritten.
Who's underwriting them?
It's been underwritten by Zeda.
By Zeda, right. Since we last spoke a couple of weeks back, Finance Minister Trevor Manuel has put on record that he says subsistence farming is an answer to food inflation. Is that the answer to the crisis, or is it just part of the solution?
Yeah, I think the problem is a fairly big one, and whether subsistence farming is a solution, I'm not quite sure. I think the trend in the world is to go for bigger farms to be more efficient. But I think obviously any production will help, so I think they can play a positive role.
What would it take to get an initiative like that off the ground?
Yeah, that's a fairly complex question. No, I think it'll need some skills from people to oversee and to help the small farmers. I don't think they have necessarily all the skills in terms of management and going to market the product, but I think they will be good farmers. So I think that they'll have to be helped by people with those kind of skills.
But what about tax incentives? Would government have to come to that particular party as well?
I think again it's a bit of a complex question to look at tax incentives. But I believe if they're properly coached, I believe small farmers can play a role.
Right, let's move on and talk about the media statement that you put out this morning. You do say that your capacity expansion program underway will meet the rising demand for our market-leading range of staple foods and branded products. But what in your book is causing the rising demand for your products?
Yeah, I think we've seen quite good growth in the economy in the last number of years, and we couldn't supply the market because of the rising demand, so we have to put some more capacity in place. And I think we heard this morning one of our big customers complaining about some of their suppliers not being up to scratch, and unfortunately we were one of them.
Expansion or supply does come on stream. How do you think that's going to impact the pricing of your products? You'd imagine that they might even soften a bit.
Yeah, I think for us the important point is to make sure our customers are serviced well, and we haven't done that in the past. So I think pricing is, we'll see, but if the demand keeps going on, I'm fairly comfortable we're able to pass the prices on that is fair to the consumer and fair to us.
In the whole food inflation conundrum, the spotlight again has turned to the farmers' accusations that they're profiteering from the situation. What's your stance on that issue?
I think maybe from my point of view, where I come from, is that the farmers have only invested in the last number of years in their businesses. I don't think they've been that profitable. I think maybe that's part of the problem. So we know that in past years we produced enough wheat in South Africa to even export sometimes. And that hasn't happened. I think that's partly because the farmers not being profitable as they should be. I think the other really important point is that the new crop the farmers that were put in the land is going to be very expensive. So the farmers haven't made the money now to be able to afford a crop. I think that's not going to be good for supply of food in South Africa. So I think farmers need to be profitable to be able to supply the market.
Yeah, one of the bits of excitement as part of your company is the bet that you're taking with Pepsi against the mighty Coca-Cola machine. Just how big a bet is that?
Yeah, I think what we are doing and what we're doing a little bit different than the previous times it was tried is that we're using the platform of our series business. We are going to follow an incremental approach, but we will use the platform that's been there and provided by Series. And obviously important for us is to keep the margin in the business going. We aren't going to go out there and cut the price and to maintain market or to obtain market share. It will be done through proper marketing.
And then just to finish off with the price fixing allegations that have been levelled at Pioneer. The last time you were on this program around 2 weeks ago, there wasn't much that you could tell us. Has there been any progress? Is there an update you can give us on that front?
Unfortunately, from where we said there was no progress up to now.
All right, there we go. That's Hanekom, the MD of Pioneer Foods, the company that's listed this morning. It's been a long time in the making and had been trading over the counter for a number of years and did close yesterday over the counter at 32 Rand 50. We're now looking at a price of 34 Rand a share. Right, that's all from Power Lunch in association with MoneyWeb. We're crossing now to CNBC US for US Squawk Box. CNBC Africa back at 4 p.m. Central African time with Regional Roundup.